Hello, good morning, and welcome to this what is turning into the Full Force News Burst live morning show. We've got another one. I figured I'd be coming on today, this morning. Yesterday, I figured I'd be coming on again today in the morning to discuss where the HasLab had finished. But no, yesterday we got an update that it's been extended, so there's that. We also got images of the Range Viper, which isn't in any of the description or the images or anything, but we've definitely going to be talking about that today as well. And on top of that, we have Threezero Destro news and a new Diamond Select Toys statue adventure team based. So there's a lots of stuff all kicking off today. Insanity. And once again, it's you wake up and it's just okay, good. We're literally just having all of the news right now. I didn't even include the video I posted last night of Parks and Cons, who took a very cool little video of the store in progress at SDCC for Super 7. It looks really good at the moment. So you can check out that on our Facebook page and Twitter if you want. Anyway, and we'll obviously probably be going into more detail with SDCC as it unravels. But anyway, this morning, it's all about these like 15 stories that we're talking about. So hello to everyone in the chat already. Good morning, Philly. Good morning, Vlad. Good morning, Eric, Tristan, Tim. Hope everyone's doing really well and having a good Tuesday morning so far. Let's get into the news then, shall we? Because there's a lot to do. Right then, yes. So lots to get stuck into, lots to discuss, and lots to I don't know, get our heads around. So the first bit of news that sort of kind of dropped yesterday was that the HasLab had been extended. Yes, and the reason, obviously, because of the reason around it is because we'd known about this for a little while actually, that the timer on the app had been off in relation to the timer that was on the website. So the official day, it should have finished 11:59 this morning, or midnight this morning. It should have been over, but no. The timer on the app was clearly a day later, and I think it's pretty clear, isn't it? It's always really difficult to change apps or to get apps like sorted and fixed because there's a lot that has to be done. And I know that firsthand, actually, being a bit of an app developer myself. So I wanted to do the meme of what's his name? Old Harry. Is it Harry? No, it's Norman Osborn, isn't it? From Spider-Man. I'm a bit of an app developer myself. Sorry, I can't help myself. It's so funny. So yeah, and obviously the things you have to go through in order, because it's not Hasbro in-house app. They've obviously outsourced that aspect of it. So to get something changed when they realize there's an error is a bit of an issue. Yeah, William Dafoe. Yeah, absolutely, Tristan. Thank you, Willem Dafoe. So so I know how difficult it is to get something changed and then uploaded again, and then it's a pain. It's not something you can simply just do. One cannot simply make an app change at the last minute. What is it with all the memes going on today? So because of that, I think it was just easier for them to obviously say, okay, let's just extend it for another day and let's go with it. And as I said, attention, this HasLab is not over. Due to a deadline miscommunication on the Hasbro Pulse app, we're briefly extending the campaign and giving our loyal G.I. Joe fans one more chance to back this project, build their XH1 fleet, and take down Cobra. So obviously there's the added bonus for them of having another day of people putting orders in, but also update as to what number it was. It surpassed my number quite quickly, I think, didn't it? Yeah. So I checked on it last time. It was at 21,622, and now it's at 22,455. Wow! So we've already got and I know there's the extra day. There's a little asterisk against it, but that extra day has given us a lot more to kind of like, you know, to finish on as a number. And of course, we've still got 14 hours and 56 minutes, effectively about 15 hours left. So in that time, we could, I don't know, we could reach all sorts of numbers on this one. What do you guys think it's going to land at now? I'm going to have to obviously change my my number. And if you can't, I mean, obviously, if you take away the fact that they threw in the extension announcement as well yesterday, it's very doubtful that it would have. It's hard to imagine what would have happened if there'd been no announcement and they just did it. M Price thinks 24,356. That's not bad. I'm going to go with now, because it's going to be the last day, a bit of FOMO, and people are now like, there's another last day. So it's like the ones that didn't jump on yesterday who are genuinely holding out. I think we're probably going to get up to about, I don't know. I'm going to say in the 24s, and my final number is going to be 2457. 24,057. 24057. That's my number. 24057. And if that's right at the end of it, everyone's going to be screaming for my head, like, oh, it's fixed. I'm going to write this down. 24057. Did I say 7 or 6? I'm going to say, yeah. 24057 is my final. That's my final offer. Some people think they're going to, what Eric thinks we're going to break the 25K mark. That's impression. That's impressive. That's not an impression. Mission Extended sounds like a Mission Impossible. You know, when you get those like knockoff DVDs and it's like Mission Extended instead of Mission Impossible. Brilliant. Also, did anyone else get my Alan Partridge reference yesterday when I posted about the extension? If you did, fantastic. If not, you'll never know what I'm talking about. Alan Partridge is a comedian, is a kind of character in the United Kingdom, based in the UK. He's like a really crap but funny as hell radio kind of like personality, but he's not like, it's fake. Steve Coogan is the comedian that does his the character, and there's a specific episode of I'm Alan Partridge where he's viewing a house and the guy's showing him around, and he goes into he goes into the dining room, and there's a table in the middle of the thing, and he pulls it open and he goes, "It's an extender." So that was my you only get it if you'd only get it if you're from the UK and you knew who Alan Partridge was, and if you got that kind of that humor. Sorry, I'm having a nervous breakdown and I'm crying at the same time. It's so funny. It's an extender. Anyway, it is an extender, and that's what's happening. So that's the first bit of news today. I don't think there's any like ulterior motive here. I know there's a bonus ulterior motive for them in that they get another day's worth of orders coming in. If that is the case, I'm not really sure how many more are going to jump on that wouldn't have done at the last minute yesterday. You can never know, really. Jeffrey says it will be 26,770, 2 less than the hiss, because I only backed 3 Dragonfly but 5 hiss. Nice one, Jeffrey. I like your thinking there. Yeah, there's been for one thing, I don't think there's going to be another tier. It's not at this time. I say that, then you wait for the post. I don't think that's going to happen. Because we've kind of been in not a similar situation, but anyway, I don't think there's an ulterior motive at all. I think it's just a mistake that they're trying to make up for by granting the people that would have thought it was today on the app that kind of respect. I don't think it's got anything to do with anything else. Genuinely, I don't. There was an Alan Partridge film, Diana Davis. Yes. It's hilarious. International and store numbers yet to be added, says Flaffle57. That's actually even crazier to think of. In that case, yeah, it might even go even further than that. This is nuts, man. Like I was thinking that this week, the next weekly won't be as bad as this one, the one that we just had, and then we have three things happen at once in like on this day. It's just nuts. So anyway, there is that news. Mission extended. We've got another day. Let's see where it ends up. I'm saying, what did I say? 24,057. 24,057 is what I think it's going to land on. I don't think we're going to get an extra tier, but you know, I could be wrong. You never know. But they might throw one in there just for lols. But I can't see that happening, honestly. He says, have not checked Hasbro Pulse this morning. If they have, then great. We'll deal with that later in the day, won't we? Anyway, that is the HasLab mission officially extended for one more day. So 11:59 p.m. this evening. That's when it ends. Okay. Next, Range Viper has been, the Range Viper and Big Ben have been starting to get delivered. Mine are on the way. Excited. So, yeah, basically in-hand shots of these figures now. And the Range Viper, we got these sent to us this morning. Thank you to the wonderful human being who sent us those images. I cannot pronounce the name. Because it is it's on obviously in I think it's in Chinese. So I apologize for not being able to pronounce the name. I don't know. I can't read that language. I'm ignorant and horrible, and I'm sorry. But thank you so much for sending us these amazing images. These are great. So shot obviously of the Range Viper inside the package. With the kind of black and white artwork behind him. Very nice indeed. And obviously a shot of the figure in full there. The secondary looks really good on him. I think this is a definite upgrade in this figure design. I think if they'd have just done... it's Xin Wang. Thank you very much. Or have you just made that up? You probably just made that up and I've just said it out loud. But anyway... thank you so much for the images. I do appreciate it. So yeah, Range Viper looks amazing. I think it's a definite upgrade from that original design. Because I think if you'd have... Oh, it was made up. Good. I thought you might have done. So I think if you'd have just gone with the original vintage design, right, then I don't think it would have what's the word? Translated. Oddly enough. I don't think it would have translated as well into this 6-inch kind of design, because effectively it's just a blue shirt with the what's the word, the bullet belt around the torso. So I don't think that it would have necessarily been as dynamic or cool had they not done this to it. So this is pretty neat, and again it's like a nice variation on that particular design. And I don't get me wrong as well. I love that vintage figure, and I think the design works for that figure at that scale, in that style as well. So yeah, Super Saiyan. All I see is Resolute Duke with that vest and Tunnel Rat lower body. Yeah, it definitely has the Resolute Duke chest piece, doesn't it? The secondary, definitely. Jonathan says this just makes me want Skullbuster ASAP. Yes, indeed. I'm neither ignorant nor horrible. Ignorant, horrible people would deliberately mispronounce it and not care. Thank you, Diana. I appreciate that. I will... Obviously, this only just happened this morning, so I haven't had a chance to research that particular aspect. But I will, and then I will make amends for it on the weekly. But yes, awesome images and great to see this figure in hand. A nice close-up there of the head sculpt. I mean, that is phenomenal. I love it. It's so dope. It really translates well into this scale as well. Also, I think the torso, or at least the arms, I believe, are Outbacks, which is pretty fun. Then obviously you've got the loadout there on the right hand side. So you've got the kind of grenade launcher kind of weapon, which is pretty cool. You've got a bullet belt as well to go round, so you can obviously kind of get that look. You know, you obviously they're not cutting out the bullet belt secondary aspect. You've definitely got that to include. You've got the kind of heavier machine gun with the ammo box, which slots into the side. The pistol with the kind of magazine that sticks out the bottom a little bit. The pickaxe, which is a nice addition. The Sai dagger, and the kind of neckerchief thing as well, and of course the backpack with hose, which looks awesome. And we've got a shot there of the backpack there, and you've got like a little. There's some nice little deco touches on this. Obviously, you've got the bullets on show there, just like the original. But then if you go to the bottom there, there's like a little like dial pad with a little display with a bit of like, you know, kind of interesting like readout on it, and that kind of red touch in the middle on the button in the middle there as well, which is really cool. I love it. It's really, really cool. Shark Eyes, I don't know who did the art for the Range Viper, I'm afraid, yet. I know Oliver Barrett has done like the last wave, so he's probably involved. I would imagine he'd be involved in some of the other newer ones as well coming out, but I haven't seen anyone posting the art. So usually the artist in question will do that. Actually, Mark Seddon usually tells me who does the artwork. So Mark, I know you're watching at the moment. If you do know or do find out, obviously share with us and we will make it known. Eevee Skullbuster 2-pack, says Rachel. That's a great shout, actually. That's a great shout because they're effectively the same deco, aren't they? That kind of purple deco. That's not a bad shout at all. I'd be well into that. Can't have the Cobra Procession version without the Armored Cobra Commander. Yes, bigger 6-pack. Absolutely. Oh, sorry. Yeah. He has an O2 tank. He sports gas grenades for his launcher. Yeah, the O2 tank on the top of the back. Yeah, that's pretty dope. And that's obviously going into there's a pipe as well going into the back of the head there as well, which is really dope, just like the original. I love this figure. I can't get enough of it. Has he got something hanging off the backpack there? Is that the pickaxe that he's got hanging off the backpack? Because that's pretty cool. And then obviously he's got a I don't know what like places, because the other thing about the original, there was like a little gap in the backpack which I used to like stick the knife into. But yeah, Mark says, I don't know the artist, but Oliver Barrett would be a sensible guess. Yeah, I think so. Again, he doesn't do all of them, but he's definitely done probably the majority of them. And I will ask him. I'll message him and see if he has done those ones. Oh, I see. He sports an oxygen tank since he has a grenade launcher and sports gas grenades. Got it. I see. The figure 6-pack. Thank you. Yeah, I'm really into this figure, and I think he looks phenomenal. And I can't wait to get it in hand. And then finally, we have the comparison shot there with the Crimson Guard, looking pretty cool. I think this is going to be. I think this is going to be one of those figures that I'm, obsessed with for a little while. The problem is they bring out so many figures now that it's like, you mess around with one and then it's like, oh, okay, another one's out, and then you just like put it to the side and never look at it again. My desk is absolutely filled at the moment. Not this one, but the one at home is filled with G.I. Joe figures, and it is disgusting. Did everyone hear Phoebe then? Yeah, I'm sure you did. She was just saying hi. Hi, Phoebe, says Jeremy. Yeah. Yeah, cool. So that is the Range Viper. That should be, I mean, it's kind of like delivering now in pretty much in like the UK. I know some people in the US starting to get notifications, I want to say. But it's making its way, slowly but surely, to the US. Okay, that is the Range Viper. Next up, then, this was an interesting reveal randomly that I'd almost missed this morning. And then thanks to, I forget who it was on Twitter who tagged me in the post. I will look now, just to stop, just to give credit where credit is due. It was Tyrone Westard. Thank you, Tyrone, for tagging me in the Threezero HK on Twitter post. Much appreciated. Tyrone, are you in the comments at the moment? I could have sworn I saw your name earlier. Maybe I didn't. No, I might have not done. Okay, sorry. But anyway, thank you, Tyrone, for sharing that with me. So yes, Destro, THREEZEERO. I'm quite intrigued at the choice to bring out Destro here, because it does feel like we have had a lot of Destro figures in the licensee sort of scenario, haven't we? We've seen obviously Mezco. We've seen multiple classified. We've seen there's another one that I'm missing. there's always one I miss. You know, there's a lot of Destro out there, isn't there? Basically, so it's interesting they went with this one. It's obviously going to be a popular one, I imagine. This is a 12-inch figure, of course. It's 1/6 scale, and THREEZEERO do make some pretty impressive figures. Like I do have a couple of the Snake Eyes ones, and they are phenomenal. They're really cool. The other thing I would say is that they were doing like, like Storm Shadow, and they did Roadblock. I think, did they do Roadblock? I'm pretty sure THREEZEERO did that. THREEZEERO did that. I also know they did Roadblock for Mezco as well, but it's hard to keep up with what all these companies do. THREEZEERO, GI Joe. Let me just see Firefly and Roadblock. Yeah, Firefly, Roadblock, Snake Eyes, Storm Shadow, multiple Snake Eyes, multiple Storm Shadows, and now Destro. So they're kind of like skirting the core character kind of scenario, aren't they? But you can kind of get away with that sometimes with 12-inch figures, because it's obviously so dramatically different to the other ones that are on the market. Like Mezco and Classified, similar sizes, similar scales. So it's a pick and choose scenario, isn't it? But when it comes to this, it's like if one of your favorite characters comes up in this, you might be like inclined to go, oh yeah, yes please. And of course, THREEZEERO did as well reveal loads of other figures that they had on the docket, like kind of stuff they had in concept. Obviously, we've seen Firefly, we've seen Roadblock, we've seen Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes from that list. The other ones I want to say are Duke. There is a Duke one that they have on what's the word? On like in concept, and Lady J. Lady J was one that they posted in image form, and then they did a bunch in written, like Destro and Baroness, and I think Major Blood possibly, but they had a few on there. Obviously, like I said, Firefly and Roadblock have come out since, and it's just Lady J who we've got images for. We haven't seen sketch concept art images. We haven't seen any kind of physical from yet. But this Destro was definitely one that was on the list, but we didn't have any kind of like concept art for it at this stage. So that's kind of interesting. But anyway, Destro looks pretty good from this teaser image, because it's only the one image, so you don't get every single angle, you don't get all of the different stuff that he comes with, so you can kind of just about make a a judgment on him, because you're not seeing the whole collar straight on, but that does look really neat, and it looks padded, and it looks a little bit more kind of practical. And they also utilize, as well as Mezco, they also utilize some soft goods, so that's going to be interesting to see how that kind of translates to this figure. And of course, like, he looks really good. He looks like Destro. It looks pretty decent. Like, I'm excited to see what he comes with. The belt looks good. The pistol and the little kind of like the kind of bigger kind of weapon he's got in his hand, the blaster in his hand, look pretty cool. I've got like high hopes to see more images of this one. And then they have obviously posted this information along with it. So Fig016 Destro will make his glorious debut appearance at Comic-Con International San Diego 2023. Fig016 Destro, redesigned by THREEZEERO, has been inspired by the original animated series character. This 1/6 scale, fully articulated figure stands approximately 31 centimeters, that's 12.2 inches tall, and features weathered paint effects, as well as a meticulously detailed and tailored outfit. Come and see him in person at Diamond Booth 2401 from July 19th to the 23rd. Don't miss your chance to get a close-up view before it becomes available for pre-order very soon. Add this nefarious villain to your G.I. Joe collection and experience the exquisite craftsmanship that Fig0 is known for. In development, final product may vary from promotional images. Okay, so it's going to be on show at SDCC, so we'll get some good like video, images, all that good stuff from the show. But then they will go for pre-order after that, or very soon, so you can view it before it goes up for pre-order. Basically, they go on sale in 40 minutes. How is that possible? Oh, maybe it is, but it says in that write-up that get a close-up view before it becomes available for pre-order. So maybe pre-order very soon is actually right. Maybe it's just it's going to go up for pre-order very soon. And separate thought, get a view in. I don't know, but that's interesting if it's going up for pre-order. I wasn't aware of that. Let me have a look on Threezero just to see what's going on that. It doesn't say anything on any of the official kind of pages. So interesting. Interesting. Let me know where you got that information from if you can, please. But yes, that is Destro. What do you guys think? Are you enthused with the Threezero line? Do you get excited with these kind of reveals? Are you collecting them? I know a few of you have got like Firefly, you were saying in the comments. Jeffrey was saying there, Firefly is great. They've made some improvements to the hands, etc. I didn't really have any issues that I could think of with. I didn't have any issues with any hands on the Snake Eyes figures, but I'll take your word for that. Oh, Walmart.com. Okay, thank you very much, Vlad. Sorry, that you were talking about Walmart. Okay, Collecticon. Got it. Yes, it is. What is it? It's 10 a.m. that Walmart Collecticon goes up. So pre-orders will be going up. Obviously, we've already seen the figures, but pre-orders will be going up in 40 minutes or less than that now. 36 minutes. Yeah. Cool. It's going to be a lot. There's going to be so much going on this week. I just can't even. I'm also multitasking while we speak because Hasbro Pulse have said it's the last call now to get involved with the Dragonfly. No post about an extra tier. I would imagine that would have been done yesterday or early today. So I don't think we're going to get another tier there, guys. Awesome. Thank you for the heads up as well on Walmart, because I completely forgot that was today. Mainly because like all the reveals have happened, so the news is kind of done for that, if you know what I mean. But definitely in terms of letting people know that those pre-orders will be available on Walmart and Hasbro Pulse at 10 a.m. EST is a very important one. So thank you very much. And we've just got images from the same source of Big Ben as well. Actually, I'm gonna we'll post those on the Facebook page after this. Thank you very much. I will just say thank you for the images, and yeah, they'll go up on Facebook in a sec. Some nice shots of Big Ben actually, and we get good shots of the patches on those images. So thank you very much again. Right, so that's Destro Threezero. Like I said. It'll probably go up on for pre-order. It says very soon, but maybe after SDCC. I'm not exactly sure when, but maybe during SDCC they might go for pre-order. But we'll find out. Although they'll confirm, I guess. And it's not going to be difficult to avoid, is it? I mean, and they're not difficult to get hold of either. BBTS usually have them as well. Entertainment Earth, those kind of places. So I wouldn't worry too much about getting hold of one of these. Right, next up then, and this was a big one. Like this was like, what? Where did this come from? So thanks to HisTank for posting this article on their site. But they have revealed the DST Diamond Select Toys Joe Colton Adventure Team statue, which has flocked hair, by the way. Yeah, I'll read out all the information in a second, but we'll have a look at it first. Yeah, okay. So it's time for adventure. A G.I. Joe team founder, Joseph Colton, returns to his adventure team roots in this all-new gallery diorama depicting him battling a giant snake. Standing approximately 10 inches tall, this dynamic sculpture is made out of high-quality PVC and features detailed sculpting and paint applications. Plus, it features a real flocked head for lifelike hair and beard. It comes packaged in a full-color window box designed by Barry Bradfield, sculpted by Rocco Tartamella. Diorama SRP is $59.99, so it's not bad. $60 is not too bad for these kind of things, honestly. And what it said, it's like 10 inches tall, so it's a chunky bugger. Pre-orders open Friday, 21st of July at diamondselecttoys.com. Shipping Q1 of 2024. That's all the information, guys. Love it. A bit of adventure team love. And Diamond Select Toys have been doing that recently. Obviously, we've had the reveal that they're doing mini mates, like Adventure Team mini mates with Bullet Man and some other kind of characters. I can't remember off the top of my head who they were, but yeah, Super Joe as well, right? So they're kind of doing like a lot of different things with the mini mates, which is great. I think Joe Colton might be one of the other mini mates in the set. That looks like Chris fighting that snake, says Joe Barrett. Yeah, same body type. Same arms. Look at the muscle on my arm compared to in fact, mine's probably a little bit bigger. Mine's probably a little bit bigger than his on that image, right? Yeah, the right one's bigger. I wonder why. That's a joke, by the way. It's not. But yeah, this is pretty dope. It's very dynamic. The snake is really like terrifying. I mean, it looks like straight out of the movie. What was the movie? Anaconda. I was about to say Python. No, it's Anaconda. It's like straight out of Anaconda. And yeah, it looks great. I always love a little bit of Adventure Team sort of love on in the brand and everything. It doesn't come with the explosion background, no. It's just the statue. That's just their little background that they're showing it off on. Because if you do this, it's the same explosion background all the way around. It's just on a spinning table. But you've got that kind of lovely water effect. The snake wrapped around the boat that he's on that's getting crushed. And he's just holding it by the throat with a knife, ready to just plunge it in there. It also looks like he's had a bit of his shirt ripped off as well. There's a lot going on here, and it's great. Very nice. He's got the Adventure Team medallion as well, hasn't he, going on? I think so. Just brilliant. Just absolutely love this. And he even has flocked hair, which is phenomenal. Love that addition. Yeah, this is really cool. There's another shot of it from the other side. And there's another. Oh, his entire sleeve's been messed up. This is a really nice statue, though. I really like this one. And again, like I said, I love a little bit of Adventure Team love, a little bit of old school love. Is that a devilfish? I doubt it. I think it's just a little boat. I don't think it's anything special. Was there a set with a giant snake on the artwork, like some sort of set where he came with a boat? I want to say that maybe it's related. It's closely related to that, but I can't remember off the top of my head. Like, I'd have to have a look at some of the vintage sets to see if it does have, something like this in the on the box art and everything. Very cool. Like it a lot. There's another shot of the back, and you can see the tail like sticking up there. Yeah, there was, John. What was the set, buddy? I know you are the expert, John Cremians, on vintage 12-inch. Kitty said. Pontoon boat. Thank you very much. I should have asked you before I went on, and then I got an image of it. But yeah, that I was looking for it this morning quickly, and when I couldn't find anything, I just decided, right, I'll just go on without it. Yeah, there you go. There's the pontoon boat. That's what it is. Thank you, John Cremians. Much appreciated. That's the boat that's getting destroyed on there. And yeah, it's spot on. It is exactly the pontoon boat with the little kind of side, they got like kind of floats, basically. What was the box looking like? I want to see what the box looked like. Pontoon boat. Because if it has a snake on it, I'll be excited. No, I don't want to sign in. Just blooming search for it. Okay, so this one has a little gorilla. Has a pygmy gorilla with it. That's adorable. So there's a little gorilla with the pontoon boat. That's very fun. I like that. Why would you be capturing it? That's so mean. Just leave him alone. I'm just kidding. Anyway, yeah, the pontoons. You can kind of see them on that image as well, like getting crushed on the side. Yeah, there's one on the side. Look, getting crushed against the boat. That's really neat. That's such a nice little callback. Yeah, well into that. Thanks, John, as well for the confirmation. So there's the information as well. One more time. Features flocked hair. Love it for the beard and the hair. That's great. Full color window box. They do some pretty impressive statues, DST. I've got so much to unbox actually. So that will be happening as soon as I get a moment's peace in the morning, I'll start doing that. But yeah, we'll be doing. There's probably enough stuff to unbox from DST that I could do a morning show for the next 7 years. Anyway, that's all the news for today, guys. We've had HasLab, Classified, we've had Threezero, we've had Diamond Select Toys. It just keeps on coming, doesn't it? I can't keep up. SDCC this week as well. It's just going to be nuts. So let's bring the episode to a close. But before we do so, yeah, crazy. Yes, Zoran Joe was in the 60s. That's where it started. 64, I want to say. But yeah, of course, because we're in the it's the what you call it next year, isn't it? The 60th anniversary. So that should give you an exact idea of what the year was. Yes. So yeah, it's 60s and 70s. Joe's been going in every era, basically. Yeah, cool. This is nuts, isn't it? Technically four stories this morning to talk about, which is unreal. I imagine we'll probably have loads to talk about tomorrow as well, which we'll do in the morning. Thanks for joining me again. Appreciate you guys all coming on so early with me for the breakfast show. I'm going to start rebranding it though, I think, and do like some different graphics for and just do like a literal breakfast show every morning. How does that sound? Does that sound fun? Even if there's no news, we can just kind of sit on here and think of a topic and just I'll bring you some updates, however vague and similar, however minimal they are, and we can just talk G.I. Joe for like an hour. Anyway, it's been a pleasure. I will thank you as well to John for what hat will I sport for tomorrow's breakfast show? I don't know, not a clue. Which one I want to grab before I leave the house. Thank you, John, as well for the extra information. Thank you to everyone in the comments. Thank you to all, the questions and everything. Really appreciate it, all the support. I will be, like I said, probably back tomorrow morning to talk about the final HasLab scenario and what we think going forward. And maybe we can talk a little bit about what we'd like to see as HasLabs in the future. Right then, I'll see you probably in a few minutes when the next news burst has to happen during the day. But it's been a pleasure, as always. You know what to do. Stay fresh, cheese bags. And after 3, 1, 2, 3, full force. That's it for this installment of the Full Force News Burst. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time, and as always, full force. Make sure you get involved with the discussion by liking, sharing and commenting on these videos, and as always you can keep up with the show after listening by following on Twitter @TheFullForce, liking the Facebook page facebook.com/TheFullForce, and if you would like to contact the show you can message us on either of those platforms with feedback and questions. We also have a Patreon page, so if you want to show your support for the show, see your name up in lights on these videos, or enjoy exclusive bonus content, then check out patreon.com/TheFullForce podcast, or click on the link on any of the posts this podcast appears in. Full Force.